On page 83, this question right here, just cross it out. Like we're not going to need that one. We're going to use this entire page for the question that I'm about to give you. Is this worse, back row? Is this better or worse? Worse? Keep it the way it is. Like keep normal background. The one reason why I tried this is because when I have a yellow background, it wants to flicker. It can't handle it. So I'm just going to go normal. Better? Is this gooder? Gooder. So did you know that you can, like English is just weird. Like I picked up on that when I learned English, right? So you can be in a chair, but as soon as that chair is a little wider and it becomes a couch, now you're on the couch, but you're in a chair on the couch. So you're doing the same thing, but I don't know. Drives me crazy. Anyways, so here it is. I'm going to shorten this, okay? A research team is testing a drone. Which is capable of going underwater. The drone starts on the water surface, then goes underwater, following a curved path. Here is some of the data collected. We're going to do a horizontal table, okay? Time in seconds and depth in meters. I know I use feet a lot. Let's use meters every once in a while. You remember the difference between metric and imperial, right? Metric is meters, liters, grams, okay? Everything else is imperial. So time is in seconds, so let's say that after 0 seconds, you're obviously at a depth of 0. After 6 seconds, you're at minus 4.2. After 12 seconds, you're at negative 9.5. After 20 seconds, you're at negative 12.8. We're going to stop there. A determine the quadratic equation. And we'll do B right under the table here. Determine the lowest depth along the path. C. How long did it take for the drone to resurface? D. The signal was lost at a depth of I'm going to say 15 feet. 50 meters below the surface. For how long was the signal lost? This one would be a 2-mark question. We'll leave it at that. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to answer these questions below. Okay. So A, show proper keystrokes, all of that. Try that along if this worked for you. So for the quadratic equation, I already have the answers. Of course, I put that into L1 and L2, being very careful, please, on the day of the test, especially verify, make sure you don't miss a sign, you don't miss a decimal, none of that, okay? If you want plot 1 on, this is the time to do it, because then you can actually see the point. So, by the way, some of you are still not following the quadratic regression. I would strongly recommend you go L1, L2, and Y1. Why we want to do this is because it pastes the equation into Y1 if you do it like this. You can't just put Y1 in, it won't work, so it has to be L1, L2, Y1. That's just the way it goes if that's what you want to use. If you hit enter, right, you get your equation, and I don't quite, oh, sorry, I have different points, right? Yeah, I tried something else. See, this is where you check. Let's try this again. Let's run it. That is the equation that you should have come up with. I will just show you the answer real quick. That's what I got. I rounded to 3. That's what I tend to do when for my key, so that if you round to more than 2 decimals, then I can quickly tell if you did it right. And I also put the keystrokes in, and then I don't forget the y equals and the answer as is, right? And this one has a positive a value, so in this case, we know that that's the behavior of the curve that we're expecting, right? So no surprises because we're going underwater. That's what we expect. The next question is, how long did it take for the drone to, or what's the lowest depth, right? I went second trace min. I would always write down the whole coordinate just in case you need it for a graph. But then you state, because it's negative, one way of stating it is 15.88 below, sorry, meters, not feet, my bad. Meters below the surface. Or you could say the depth is negative 15.88 meters. I would accept that, but make sure you don't just stay at this. Yeah, you have to have a unit attached to it. Next, it said, how long does it take to resurface? The idea here is that you're going from here and you're resurfacing here. So I let y2 equal to 0. I find the intersection here, and it's 69.64 seconds, okay, to get all the way over to the other side.
Mr. Durst, for the vertex, I got a 15.89.
It could be because I was rushing, that I got that wrong. It could very well be. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Rounding error, minus half for me. You got it. Thank you. Hey, details matter, okay? Details matter, yes. We're good on this one, though? 69.64? Yeah? Okay. And then the next one is where you have to be careful when the negative 15, so first of all, you have to put in negative 15, not just 15, because if you do 15, it's like way above here. We're interested, the action is happening underwater, okay? So it's happening here and here. So you want to find out the time spent below that, right? So you got to subtract these two values. I found them, okay? I went y equals to negative. It's okay, I can undo it. There you go. So y2 is equal to negative 15. You graph it, you see that it's happening twice, so you just intersect, right? You find the first one, enter, enter, enter. Copy it down to 4 decimals if you want full marks. Second trace 5, you do this all over again. You go to the next one, enter, enter, enter. And then you copy that one down to 4 decimals. You don't have to show them all when you're doing the subtraction. It's okay to go dot, dot, dot. But please don't do dot, dot, dot on your final answers ever. It has to be rounded, okay? So it's 16.41 seconds. Time is continuous, so years, hours, anything like that can be stated as a decimal. If it ever asks you what year, that'll be more in grade 12, like which year did you sell the most tickets? Then you need to round to a whole number there, okay? Yeah.
I got 15.43.
Did you use 4 decimals for these answers? Or did you just use 2?
2.
Yeah, so that's going to be, so watch out for that. Use all decimals or at least 4. Like if the final is 2 decimals, then you want to double as you work along. Yeah. So if you want full marks, watch out for that. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. This was on page 83, 84, right, for you guys?